Hey.
Hello.
There's always like just enough of a pause that I panic. I'm just like, please tell me that I'm not alone in this game.
Everyone left the Discord at once.
No.
Everyone is just like, nope, we're
Yes.
gone. And now I've just set myself up for next week, which is fine. Anywho, hi everybody, we're Naked Roll Rats. I am Tam, your guys' DM for this campaign. We play 2024 D&D on this Saturday campaign. Go by she, her.
Hi, I'm Tony. I play Artem Petrova, the Shadow Monk, and we both go by he, him.
Hi, I'm Ashley. I play Arista Tidesinger, the Glamour Bard. Sorry, I had a brain fart right there. Both Arista and I go by she, her.
Hello, I'm Finch. I go by she, they. I'm playing Ruby Lovers as the Fathomless Warlock, who goes.
And I'm Ethan. I'm playing Isaac Crow, the Transmutation Wizard, and both of us are he, him.
I'm Brad.
Awesome. We are going to have a different crossing fingers that we have little to no. Thank you so much. Sorry, I just got treats. I'm gonna get to snack this time, guys. You all get to snack every week.
Whoa, that's illegal.
Maybe there will be some RP and I can actually enjoy some pretzel bites that were brought to me. Anywho.
We refused to RP this session.
Yeah, no, just
We're murder hoboing only.
Yeah, if you keep dropping the lore dice that you guys have done recently, it's going to be that way. Anywho, so crossing fingers, we have figured out the technological whatever that's been going on. Thank you guys for your patience in dealing with that and kind of missing out a little bit on the part of the story. So we are going to recap at the beginning of this of what we played out last game, and then we'll pick up really kind of where the end of last game ended at. Before the game dropped, we had a little bit of shopping recap. Gifts were given to all, some just very nice sentimental trinkets, others items that are going to make sailing on a boat probably a little bit easier for all. Luckily, nothing else too crazy happened as far as shopping goes. Ruby is having a little bit of a hard time with being bestowed gifts because some knowledge of, hey, people might care about me is coming to fruition. You were all able to go to the boat the next day, your boat of the Catfish, and you were able to join the rest of your crew, meet the new crew that you have, and get ready to set sail. Part of the setting sail that happened, Lady Balasar of Trust, the Cardinal family there, blessed the boat upon leaving. Being Dragonborn, she blessed it in Draconic. Something to which Isaac understood absolutely every word of, which was something a little bit weird compared to the last time that you guys had encountered something Draconic. Isaac was very much so taken, or supposedly gifted this ability now to be able to understand Draconic. And the boat set sail. You all were able to have a good first little bit going away. The seas aren't the most fun right now, but they're not anywhere near as terrible as you've seen them. It's just really kind of gross and uncomfy. That's going to be a word that I've discovered that I use a lot to describe poor weather, is just gross and uncomfortable. So there you go. As you guys were leaving the port, Artem decided to do a sweep just to make sure that there wasn't anything weird going on in the boat and everything, to which you found a little stowaway amongst the barrels of your supplies. The stowaway seemed to present as a small child, and as they kind of started to get to know you and get a little bit comfortable with you within those first couple minutes, you noticed that they were a shifter, shifting to a figure of pale white skin, frosted eyes, very like just it looks almost like this kid almost got left out in a blizzard kind of thing, just absolutely head to toe pale white. Shifted back into the form of the small child that you had seen, and presented this kid to the rest of your crew, to which, after some discussion with Isaac, you guys narrowed it down that this kid is probably a wave walker. Wave walkers are known to traverse the seas. They are typically spirits that are not particularly the happiest things in the world, being children of the goddess of the sea and her husband, who is a giant of the north. They really don't fit in either category, so they just are cursed to walk the waves forever. And of course, the party adopts him and and decides to assign him to the ship's cook of Malice, the previous fire genasi of Damon's crew. She said that she would take him under her wing, have a good time, and love to have a cabin boy as an assistant. Val had chatted with her a little bit after the fact, to which she kind of got a little freaked out after letting Ball know that the kid has no tongue, and which is why he signs amongst the reasons why he signs everything. He does not talk to any of you. He signs. And the first day of your voyage is going fairly well. Isaac, amongst all of this, had locked himself in his very pointedly chosen room with a desk. That was the only request that Isaac had made upon the catfish. And you all had let him tuck himself away, because boy howdy, Isaac has a lot of spells to put in his book. Upon which you, Isaac, were able to start to transcribe augury into your spellbook. Opening your spellbook, Nyx, your, I wouldn't say friendly familiar, your appointed familiar is probably a better way to word that. Let you know that, hey, you hadn't screwed up, but you had actually done something right, and had mentioned that this was their little gift to you, in regards to finding more transmutation-esque things out in the world. Particularly seemed really excited that you found that transmutation book on the Turtle Island. After which, just because Nyx hadn't been... Nyx never really been nice to you. It kind of freaked out Isaac a little bit, to which Isaac had pulled out the compass that you had all found on the island as well. And this is where we're going to pick up. Isaac, you said that you wanted to ask the compass a question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I will pull out the compass, and I'm just going to kind of sit it on the table in front of me. And just simply ask, is the former owner of my spell book still alive?
This compass, it's not very complicated. You see the simple north, south, east, west, and everything, and you know that you can ask basic questions to this compass. The needle of this compass immediately pulls to the south, to which you know means no. And then slowly starts to point north and then goes south and north and south until the needle of this compass just starts spinning and spinning and spinning in front of you.
Can I determine if it's like at all broken, or if this is working as intended?
I would say go ahead and make probably an Arcana check to specifically see that.
30.
God dang it, Isaac.
When you said Arcana check, I was like, perfect.
I mean, I know that you have high Arcana, but you're also rolling really well. So let's.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
Again, this isn't complicated magic. Like, this isn't crazy. It's telling you the answer that it knows. It's working. It's very, like, it's still operating. The magic is still within this item. But you are literally getting a no, yes, no, yes, no is what you notice, like, as this continues to spin.
I'm gonna ask a follow-up question then. Do you know where this person might be?
The compass stops, and it stops before you ask your question on yes. And then it shifts. And it goes to the right a little bit. And then it goes a little bit. And then it goes back up to yes.
I'm gonna kind of peek over at the door and just make sure that it's locked.
Okay. Everyone has left you to your own devices because you said, I'm going to go to my books. And everyone at this point in the day is preoccupied.
I'm gonna ask, does the former owner of the book know that I have it?
The needle wiggles a little bit, and then it goes to the west.
Is the former owner in Hythe?
The needle goes south.
Are they in Tyr?
The needle goes north.
Okay. Do they know... Are they skilled in transmutation magic?
The needle could not shoot north fast enough. Before, for other points, like, there's a little bit of a quiver. This is so beautifully north that, like, it's... Like, if you were to try to wiggle it with your hands, it would not move.
Okay. Just to save time, I'm just gonna kind of ask of all the cities I know in Tyr if they're there, and see if the compass knows.
Okay. For sake of brevity, go north. We'll do quadrants. Go north, south of Tyr, and then east, west. Because I mean, you're from Hythe, like you would know the map of Tyr. You get a south for the north, and then you get north for the south. You get a south. Wow. Okay. We're just gonna say yeses and nos while we're talking about directions.
No, it's not at all confusing.
No, not at all confusing at all. If I can't figure this out, then what on earth are you? You go back to your notes later, and it's just NSWE just over and over and over again. Okay, so you get a no for the north, a yes for the south. You get a no for the east. You get a yes question mark. Like you get a east direction for the west. So it's whoever owns this is in the quadrant, the southwest quadrant. But if you like were to go so far and like take the time, because of course you have the time to take the time, if you were to say like, oh, are they in Loxa? Are they in Kanalan? Are they in Ilsa? Like it seems stuck. Like it doesn't know how to answer you.
Okay. I'm gonna ask a final question. Do they know that I have their spellbook?
You get a west. So no? Question mark?
Okay. Yeah, after that, Isaac will kind of stow the compass on his person. And then, yeah, just kind of hesitantly return to writing down more of his spells, but making sure that there's nothing kind of suspicious going on around him. Making sure the door stays locked. And just kind of a little bit heightened senses, trying to make sure like, nothing weird is going on.
That old school paranoia that you have carried before is just kind of sitting there.
Okay. Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay, sweet. So that pretty much catches up what we missed out on last week. Can I have everyone roll me some luck points, please?
Okie dokie.
All right. Let's go. I think I'm up to 11 now.
Top, top.
I think I'm up to 3 now.
Some people just really like spending luck.
Some people have to do it all the time.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you roll
What do you mean?
as you have been rolling, then yes.
Oh. I'm sorry, Sam, for letting it
No,
go.
you're good. The next day comes to you all. Anything, because we are now on sea, and you are all enough familiar with the previous assignments that you guys were familiar with. Unless there's something specific that you guys want to do a day, we're just gonna kind of fast track a day. Like day one.
Yeah,
something
I
can
do want to
happen.
study this. Study the songbook though.
Yeah. Once you get attuned to that, you would have access to that control water spell.
Okay.
But the rest of the songs within them, like they're beautiful songs. A lot of them about like are classic sea shanties or like more of like the woes of being on sea. There's like a definite difference between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the music is
also,
beautiful.
Also, I want to study that thing that I got. Was it Draconic for Dummies?
Yes. So yeah, if that's something that you want to do on the daily basis, just let me know how many hours you
Yes.
want to
Well,
put towards
she
that.
does because she really only needs 4 hours of sleep, but so most of the time she's gonna spend like playing a little bit on the shit on top, doing a little bit studying the songs, but like maybe 4 to 5 hours with no 3 to 4 hours learning Draconic for Dummies. Yeah.
Draconic.
And,
Cool. Cool. If you are playing, go ahead and make a performance check for the day.
she will always do that. Where did my screen? There we go. Orman. Okay. 10. I'm gonna just add 2, so it's a 12.
Okay. Kind of similar to yesterday. It doesn't seem like the music helps, but the weather's not the worst anyway. So like you don't lose time, but you don't also gain time by having a completely beautiful day before you.
But I will also say I will always be playing like each new day doing
yeah, and we'll do that performance check and see how that works and everything. Anything else that anyone would like to do with this day?
Try and get through some of these spells that I have.
Okay. What's your next? You had Augury, and that took 6 hours, right?
I think I took 2. I believe. Let me double check. This is a second level spell. Oh, nope. Sorry. 4 hours.
Okay.
It was 2 per level.
Sweet. Okay, cool. So you got Augury for sure done yesterday. You probably would have time to do at least 2 or 3 spells today if you'd like.
Sweet. Okay, so then I will begin transcribing Speak with Dead, which is a 3rd level one. So that'd be 6 hours, and then and there's Floating Disc, which I think is at 1st level.
Okay.
As long as we have time, I think. Could you remind me what spells are in my ring again?
Yes. Hang on. Let me find those notes.
Just 27 fireballs.
Yep.
Anyway.
It's too many fireballs.
No, it's fine. They put them in a zip file, so it fit in the ring.
You have to unzip it though, and that's what
Oh,
only
man.
allows one at a time.
Oh god,
Just-
unzipping files, no.
Unzipping 27 fireballs couldn't go wrong.
It's how the new glyph of warding works.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, I have it written down somewhere.
Hooray.
Hooray! It wasn't where I thought I had put it. It's just beautiful to hear notes just fly. Okay.
Away.
There was I know for sure there was a sleep.
That's the one I remember too. It's the other two
I
I'm
know,
struggling
which is
with.
maddening. Hang on, I know I have it here somewhere. Control F.
Control F.
I don't remember that spell.
Yeah.
It's the most useful spell in a
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
in a wizard's book.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. It's a useful spell anywhere.
Need.
Playing like the spell jammer or whatever, like a futuristic wizard that just has a iPad with his spells in it. Control F.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised that in some sort of technological game they actually had a control.
Yeah.
It
I
just
mean,
seems
Find the
like
Path is basically that. So
True. That is true.
Okay, you had a command, you had a sleep, and because my notes are just not working, let's pick a new one. Eeny, meeny, miny.
Disintegrate.
Hey, congratulations. You get a we'll throw in a fairy fire for you. So a first level fairy fire.
Whoa. I was getting worried about who owned this ring before with their spells that they stored in it. Like real shady.
Yeah. Whoa, dude, wait. What's this wish spell in the ring? That sounds useless. Let's get rid of that one.
The ring explodes.
I will I'll get rid of the fairy fire. And instead I'm going to charge one level 3 let's go with a level 3 shadow. We'll call this the Ring of Ship Destroying.
Okay. For any of those that are around Ruby at the time, beautiful little sparkles appear in the air for a minute, and then they fade.
You hear a very light clapping from Arista, thinking it's a Ruby doing some random, like, practicing the spell.
You know, I was about to say, I think the sparkles... Oh, sorry, go on.
No, that's it.
Oh, you know, I was just thinking, the sparkles actually reminded me of you. No reaction to that.
Because he has a sparkling personality?
You just see this look of like, I can't believe you just said that.
Because of your sparkling personality.
Go back to bed.
and you know what the worst part is? It's really means that legitimately.
Oh,
Ruby, where are you on the boat when you cast fairy fire?
I'm presuming, like, just kind of on the deck somewhere, not like kind of just absent-mindedly.
Okay.
Staring off into the water, being like, "Oh, my lady Corona, please give me a sign. I don't know what to do with my life."
Okay.
I don't know why, but I expected
the beautiful, the beautiful sparkles sit there for a minute, and then they fade away.
Okay.
If it is on board, Arista really would clap there if she sees it. Like that is an actual canon thing.
If you do actually clap and you do see it, Ruby would turn to you and say, the sparkles reminded him of you."
Yeah, she would say yes. Yeah, so that the conversation did happen, except Isaac wasn't there to fucking read.
Yeah, and Ruby, just upon you not like reacting, just slowly backs off into his room. He wasn't even trying to flirt. He was just trying to be fun.
I did something. Anything that the two of you would like to do with this day?
Artem trades off with the day shift and goes back down stairs.
Bed. Okay, sweet. Anything for you, Ball?
No.
Okay. I just can't see your face like before, so if you're shaking your head, you gotta verbally say something.
Just trying to stay awake, to be honest with you.
No, for sure. The day goes on pretty well. As does into the night. Artem, where you are actively taking a watch position, please feel free to do a perception check for me, as Captain Damon is going to come and talk with you a little bit.
I'm not. I just go. As I say, walk up. It's really hard to see what's going out on the water if you're over here talking to me.
And he goes, it's also really hard to see what's going on the water when any points, and like you just see like sheets of rain coming towards you, and and just goes, it's gonna probably be a long one, so just stay safe, stay vigilant. If you need to swap out, and he points back, and you see where the opportunity, like the place that you can go below deck. He goes, we've rallied some extra people. And you see Tarkin, the Triton that was on deck earlier, coming out, and as well as the half-orc. He is just like kind of parked by the door, and goes, if you need to swap out with McGregor, and then if one of them needs to swap out with you, kind of be like a 3-point rotation, so that way y'all aren't just completely standing out in the rain all night long.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Being out at night on the sea in the rain is honestly some of my favorite time.
And he goes, good, then McGregor will have a really easy shift then.
Hey, sounds like a good time for everybody then.
And looks over to Tarkin, and he goes, he's your man if you fall overboard, so just make sure to shout real loud if you do, and just kind of does a little bit of a salute before going to walk over to Tarkin.
I just give him a 2-finger salute back to him.
You gleaned this, especially Ruby gleaned this while monitoring Damon the day before. The captaining styles are very different between Damon and the lovely halfling that you had dealt with before. There is very much so a point of respect and understanding throughout the crew. And as Damon goes and touches base with Tarkin and eventually goes below deck, Tarkin comes over and goes, you know, most people don't like to stay out in the rain with me, so we'll see how long you last. I don't mind getting a little wet. I'll even swim alongside the boat if you want.
I mean, I'm pretty good at swimming too. I'm a decent swimmer, but I don't know if I can outrun a moving boat. But if I fall overboard, I got you. Or if you got my back, I got your back. How about that?
And it goes, that's what we like to see at night. It's a lot harder to find people when they fall overboard. So just make sure to shout real loud, and I will do the same.
Yeah, us night crew, we're some a special type of individual that usually wants to run this kind of part of the ship, I guess.
And he kind of tilts his head a little bit. He goes, I mean, we were put on here because we're the best. You asked to be put on here. Is that right?
This is just anytime I've ever been on a ship, this is kind of just the position I'm kind of used to having.
Okay. Well, McGregor, don't trust a word that he says, but he's good company. And you see him look back and go, right, McGregor? And McGregor just kind of this half-orc who looks like he probably just wants to go nap right now. He is in the process of waking up, and everything. He just kind of you hear from this half-orc, and he goes, nah, he's good people, but
oh, don't worry, some cold rain coming in wake you up real quick.
Yeah, wake you up very, very much so. And he goes, don't know how you did it on your other ships, but we will just rotate throughout the night. Found it's a little bit easier to stay awake and vigilant when we just have a rotation going on. So I'll be at your... we should be at We should be across from each other at all times. And same thing with swap off. We'll get to the stairs, and then whoever needs to be swapped out, that's where we'll swap out, so that way we don't ever have a fully blind eye, hopefully.
Sounds like a plan. Is it at this point, is it starting to like rain, like, or are we just like going into it?
Yeah, before, like, throughout the most of the day, it's kind of just been like drizzling, and it's kind of been like just not like it's not rain. It hasn't like been raining. Now is when you're starting to hear like the thwaps of like the big raindrops hitting the deck.
Yeah, so like I'll like kind of give him a nod and start. I guess I'm just gonna walk towards like the back of the boat. I guess near the helm, and just kind of sit there for a second. And then like one of the big raindrops just kind of hits me in like the forehead, and you see like Artem. Like as he does it, like usually he's got like his little goofy persona. Everything is just like as soon as the rain one hits and then another one hits, you can feel like he kind of like just like calms down and just like has this moment where he just closes his eyes for a second and just like the rain just starts to come in and it's just like instant like relaxation. It's just like kind of I guess like reminds him of home.
Scipio was not known to be a very... The weather in Scipio was often just terrible. Because of the way that the land really brought on a lot of weird terribleness, like the weather mimicked it. And so it's almost more familiar for you to like smell this rain, to smell this... and to feel that like rain can be rain wherever, and luckily, like this is still like the rain in Scipio was, or sorry, Scipio's totally not the Cephia. Scipio's the name of the family. There we go. Like the weather in Cephia, like that cold rain is what you're getting here, and so it's like even though like it's probably going to chill you to the bone at some point, like it feels just good. And especially knowing that your daughter got her message recently, like there's a little bit of, I don't know if he would call it homesickness, but like there's just that nostalgia of what it means to be there.
Yeah, that's definitely, I guess like he's just been like kind of just bouncing around for a lot of the time, so like being able to send her even just like wishing her happy birthday and everything, and then just this cold rain is just like kind of refreshing, but it does make him a little homesick, but it's definitely refreshing because like for a second with his eyes closed he like feels like he's out on his balcony at his house, and just like feels relaxed. And then just the boat kind of shifts and it like he jostles him and he opens his eyes and he just like takes a deep breath and then he just kind of gets back to watching,
get into it.
Yeah, and just kind of gets back into his mode.
Okay. The shift goes on. Go ahead and make again just a kind of speed track things. We can rule this kind of one of two ways. If you want your initial check to last the day, we can do that. If you would like to roll again, that may or may not trigger something, depending on if there is anything to trigger, kind of like how I would rule like passive perception, like stuff is going to happen regardless, but if you want to roll to perceive something different, or if you feel like you want to roll something different, then that may change the situation depending on how things go.
Say less. I want to trigger something.
Okay, go ahead. Woo. It's rough with all of this rain that really is starting to come down, and like you are starting to see just like those sheets, and like you can almost hear them like go across the boat, just like like just these waves of rain, and the boat is rocking a fair bit, but it's not like tossing and turning. Like it's literally just like there's this huge rainstorm going over and over and over. There is at one point off in the distance, you would imagine, like, it's really hard to tell if it's your eyes or if it's actually there. It looks like something out in the distance may be like flying up in the air, but like it's really hard to see, and like as like light eventually lightning starts to flash, but that lightning is kind of happening farther away, and that's kind of where you're getting the reflection of whatever that is in the sky. It's really kind of hard to tell exactly what it is, but I mean the rain just continues to pour all night long.
Yeah, I'll kind of mention it to the rest of the group and be like, with the rain, it's really kind of hard to see, but it does feel like something, it might just be a trick of the eyes, but something kind of moving up in the air over in that direction. I don't know. I can't really get a good grasp on it, but I know last time I was out in this area, there were some harpies out feeding, but I don't know if they'd be out in the weather like this.
Tarkin shouts out and goes, We'll note it for the captain, but you did pass way through harpies last time you were here. Is that right?
Yeah.
Good
Yes,
to
the
know.
damage of the boat.
Uh,
But this boat we actually play for. We can't damage this one.
sorry, Ruby, are you sleeping right now or no?
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I just want to make
No, I'm
sure.
thinking in character.
Just push Ruby back down the stairs. Go to bed. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just imagining like Ruby just like brought forth by the captainness of just total sleepwalking, and Artem just like goes like turns him back around and like just slowly pushes.
Sorry.
Right.
No, you're
This is probably like meditating, and this is the 4 hours of meditation before she
Yeah.
goes back up, because
Yeah.
she probably somewhere in her brain is like, let's go, but must meditate to sleep first.
Just the thought
I-
of wasting all that gold just miraculously made him like come awake. Just
Yeah.
it just felt like a disturbance in the force.
Oh man. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure, because if someone had said, "Hey, I'm there as well," I want to make sure that I caught it. But
No, it probably would be.
Unless 4 hours pass and it's still there, then if whatever happens between the 4 hours, then it will otherwise Arista's meditating.
yeah, I figured
Her
that
sleep.
you are all sleeping. If Artem is doing watch, that means that it is night. So unless people actively either go find you or you actively make your way to the top deck, that is how we are splitting it, just for sake of making things even. I just want to make sure that
Split the party.
yeah. But yeah, so Artem, you're able to relay that over to Tarkin. Does not seem like anything else happens really during your shift. It is just nasty weather. And then as the storm starts to let up, there does come a point where you are on the opposite side of the boat while you have been rotating, and Tarkin has gone and swapped out with the half-orc once, especially just seeing that the half-orc seems to be starting to fall asleep, and wants to give a little bit of comeuppance to, hey, do your job, and that sort of thing. Right around the time that the half-orc is on the side where you saw the harpies, you hear him call out and say, we have a body. And Tarkin runs over to the boat or to the side of the boat, and Tarkin actually jumps off the boat. Not too dissimilar to other people that you have seen on your own crew.
Yeah. So instinctively, I'm gonna run over to that side of the boat and throw like the rope ladder over.
For sure.
Since I'm used to this often.
You have seen enough Ruby Swan dives to know what that means. And as McGregor like helps you to secure the ladder, Tarkin swims over and grabs the body, and you can see as the morning is starting to like break, you see that Tarkin is dragging over a body of a harpy, and drags over the body, is like just holding it under one of its wings and starts to like climb up, and McGregor, and I'm assuming you as well, like start to like pull him back up. As Tarkin like pulls the body over, you see this figure of female face, really kind of just sopping wet hair, and it's fairly long, like goes down to probably like mid back, like to middle stomach, and just like is coating like her face and chest, wings that look like they have just been hammered and broken, and it's hard to tell if it's from the sea or if it's from the from whatever caused her to fall. And McGregor looks to Tarkin and goes, why did you bring this up here? And Artem, would you like to make a perception check for me?
Yeah. Oh, nat 20. Nat 20.
Immediately, the very first thing that sticks out to you, Artem, is around her ankle, her bird-like talons of feet. There is a metal clasp with a series of numbers on it.
Hey, look down here, and I'll point at it and be like, I don't think harpies usually have this kind of stuff on them.
Tarkin looks down and holds up the number and spins the metal, and with a 25, you would have also seen as he spins the metal around, there's like a series of numbers. It says 0024, and then as the metal band switches, you see the word spot, SPOT.
Okay. That's really weird. Looking at that, is it looking like, I'm guessing just like something to keep them labeled kind of thing? Like, does it seem like it's doing like a purpose of sort?
It doesn't necessarily seem like it is doing anything more than just be a label, but this definitely looks man-made. This looks put on here on purpose. This looks like, yeah.
I'm gonna go. Hey, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna go get Isaac real quick and let him have a look at this. See if there's. If I'm kind of worried that maybe this thing's got some kind of maybe tracking magic or something like that.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure, so I'm gonna go knock on Isaac's door and be like, "Hey, I know it's real early, but I kind of need your assistance with something."
We are late.
I'm muted. Sorry. I'll kind of get up from my bed groggily and just like head to the door. What is it?
We found something kind of strange. We found a harpy with some kind of device on its leg. Thought maybe you might be able to look at it, see if it's magic or if it's just I don't know. It's just weird. I thought maybe I can get you to look at it.
Sure. Yeah, I can check it out.
And yeah, so I'll just take Isaac over to the harpy.
Okay.
Is the harpy dead or is it still alive?
Looks very much so dead. Like the eyes are open and just absolute, like the there's no movement in them. Like there's no breath that you're seeing.
Is there any kind of like smell to it, or is it like just smell like?
With the amount of time that it potentially was at sea, if anything, it's starting to look like a little puffy. But there's not like, it's obviously a fresh enough death that it's not like reeking as of yet.
Okay. I will first cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Okay. The little metal band does glow a very faint magic. It's a really, really weak form of divination you're able to see.
Well, whatever it is on its leg is definitely magical. To what extent, I'm a little bit lost, but I've got an idea. I've learned a new spell of late. I'm not quite sure how this works, but Isaac will kind of set his book down on the deck and begin reading from it as he casts Speak with Dead.
Ooh.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun.
I can put that in chat too.
Just ask it 2 questions and then we leave it.
Kick it off the side of the ship. And get out of here.
Hey!
Come on, just one more, man. Just ask me one more.
Let's see. Okay. Just double checking one thing about harpies.
Seeing if they speak common.
Just exactly how much common they can speak.
That's what I figured.
My thought went to a complete. My thought went to like, are they gay? Like, what the fuck? I don't know why. That was my question.
Okay, sweet. The you're able to ask your questions. So go ahead.
I'll first start with what is this device on your leg?
There's a definite gurgle as just like this amount of fluid spills out of this beast as like it breathes in and like you can just hear it's like the painful grow of the lungs trying to like refill with air while they are just like sapped with water. And even then like it there's a definite choking sense to her speaking. And she goes, "It's from Master."
Alright, follow-up question. Who is your master?
Master is good.
How did you die?
Storm came night. Hard to fly. Could not go home.
Adam, do you have any questions?
Yeah, where's home?
Where's home?
Sure.
I'll look to Artem. I don't know if I like this spell.
Yeah, where's your master?
Home. As the head flies back.
Well, I can cast it one more time, but I don't know what else we can really ask it.
Yeah, that was a roundabout way of saying nothing.
Well, if we're putting the evidence we have together, a strange device on a leg, and a master, my guess is some sort of slave.
Yeah, I mean, we got some islands that are near us that maybe they're coming off because I mean they got to have a place to go to. And last time we were in this area, they were out here, so there's got to be some kind of. They're probably up on one of these islands around here. So
It does seem odd to have a creature like this as a slave, I will admit. Is this something you've run across before?
I mean, except for the last time we were in this area and there were some harpies. I mean, I've seen harpies out on the water before. I mean, they like to eat fish, so I mean, it's kind of common to see them out and about sometimes. But this is the second time we've been in this area, and they've been here, so there's definitely something around here. But I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, do we want to get involved with that? I mean,
No. We have much more important matters than harpies. But either way, and I'll kind of kick the leg of the harpy. Whatever this is, I'd like to figure out what it is. It is magical in nature.
well, again, if they're sending them out and there's some form of divination, man, it's giving me like some way of keeping up with where they're going. If they are slaves, they don't want them to get away. So, I mean, the problem is, I'm worried about if we keep it on the boat, whoever it is can find us.
I didn't consider that smart.
I just like Artem tries to hide it.
Idea, Artem. I'll give you that.
So Artem tries to hide it. Then he looks surprised. He's like, "What?"
You got a compliment.
No, caution is wise. I shouldn't let my curiosity get the best of us.
I mean, I do think that it does seem like, I mean, it seems interesting, and I mean, I don't know, like if, I just don't think it's safe to keep it on the boat, but it.
I could possibly figure out what it is. It will be a moment, and I'll start casting Identify. Perhaps I'll be able to glean something from this.
And also, whatever spell you just cast where you can make the dead talk, that's terrifying.
Well, it's useful, at least.
I mean, yeah, it's just one of those things that in the future, if someone hasn't seen you do it before, besides going, hey, I got this new spell I'm going to cast, be like, hey, I'm about to make this dead thing talk.
Yeah, well, given our current circumstances, I don't think there's much difference between us and the dead, so...
Wow, that's real dark, man. That's real dark.
You seem to be very chipper about our situation, Artem.
We're rescuing gods. That's pretty awesome.
We're dealing with forces far beyond your eye understanding. We're in
Listen,
over our heads.
I mean, yes, we are extremely way over our heads. I will give you that. But we're coming from two different sides of a coin. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm like over 100 years old. I've been around for a while. Like, I hate to tell you this, but if I go out trying to save a god, I'm good with that. But I get that you're young and you got full of life, full of years to live. I mean, I get that it's way more terrifying for you.
So you're just okay dying?
I'm not okay dying. I'm going to go out with a fight if I have to. I mean, I've had the fight my whole life. I mean, where I'm from, there's monsters running around everywhere. You got to be strong to be where I'm from.
Where would that be?
In Cephia, on the Idun. Wait, is that right? No, that's not right.
Yep, that's right. Good job.
Okay. I did it! I did it! I
Two
remember.
people dropped lore names and got it.
Isaac was wondering if he knows about Cephia.
Yeah, you're such a bookworm.
Yeah.
Nerd, yeah.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
History, Isaac.
Alright.
Here- He's going to use all his luck points to know about Cephia.
I'll give you 3 luck points on that.
Okay. The reason why Cephia stands out is it used to be so Idun is a relatively new like conglomerate like across the continent. Tyr is still very much so like kind of all towns and cities kind of fend for themselves. Like some of the bigger cities have control of some of the smaller like communes and stuff around. But like recently, probably within the last like 30 years, Idun has like united as a front. There's now that is why Trost is now currently the cardinal city of Idun. They are the cardinal city of the East. Previously, Cephia was a large city that was in charge of of places around. Let's throw up the Idun map really fast. So Cephia here used to manage make a way prettier color, shall we? Cephia used to kind of like tackle like the whole upper northern region of Idun. However, after the fall at the gate, after the gate broke and Helgreen was like in absolute shambles, that's when the Skull Battalion united. That's when Lord Cavender became like the face of the Skull, and that's why he then asked to unify the cities across. So now you have Orn, you have we'll just do this. You have Orn, which is the cardinal city of the north, Trust, which is the cardinal city of the east, Annaport, which is the cardinal city of the south, and Grandiger, which is the cardinal city of the west. All of them have jurisdiction within their region to make sure that everything is okay. You have heard and there is record that the family that was in charge of Cephia before did not hold down to that very well. And because of that, they very much so allowed some terrible things to happen. There's talks of monsters and like curses and things. Now, like, if you go to Cephia, it's probably because you have to. It's no longer kind of this travel destination. There's always this talk of like some kind of power going on within Cephia. So when Artem says, hey, I'm from a place with monsters, you for sure believe him on that fact.
Artem, were you always inflicted with your condition, or is this thrust upon you?
Yeah. My dad, he told me that while my mother was pregnant with me, she was bit by a vampire, and she gave birth to me, and I have some vampiric traits, but I'm not really a vampire. It's weird.
When you say traits, what do you...
Like I can, make that darkness appear. I can see in the dark really well. I'm very quick, like way more than your average person. You know, just things like that. Like, I mean, I guess kind of just similar traits of a vampire, but probably not as strong as a full-blooded vampire.
Do you still have the hunger of a vampire?
I mean, so again, like I've always explained it to people, it's more of like most people with sugar kind of thing. It's like it gives me like energy for a little bit, and it eventually dies down, but I don't really crave it. It just kind of gives me a little boost when I do have it.
So you have had it then?
Yeah, I've had blood before.
You say that like it's a common thing.
Cause, well, I mean, blood sausage. I mean, don't you eat blood sausage?
No.
Oh, well, I mean, then I guess maybe you haven't. But I mean, where I'm from, it's kind of like a common delicacy.
The most cost-effective way to cater for vampires.
Yep. It really stretches the shelf life.
Sorry, continue.
So, sorry, Autumn, you're just a bit of an anomaly to me. Why are you here, then?
Well, let's see here. So, I was a count in Cephia for years. It got to the point where I was outliving my what should have been my normal life, and then I didn't want to make people paranoid or anything, because I mean, I'm pretty open about things, but you know, some people get a little nervous about stuff like that, so I kind of relinquished my title to my daughter, and now she's the count over in Cephia.
You have a daughter.
I do indeed have a daughter.
Does that mean you have a wife?
I did have a wife. She, unfortunately, you see him get really kind of like choked up a little bit for a second. He's just like, unfortunately, she was on her way home. She lived in the mountains near Cephia, and she was on her way to go see her family, and her caravan was ambushed by some beast. And fortunately, they never found her.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to...
No, it's fine. We all got our, you know, our history and our baggage and everything. So I mean, but yeah, it's just since then I've just kind of been doing what I wanted to do. I mean, for so long I was kind of stuck up in a court in like with a bunch of nobles and having to cater to all their needs and everything. So I've kind of just been, I got on a boat one day and I've just kind of been having fun, traveling, doing stuff that I never got to do for nearly 60, 70 years. So it's just been a lot of fun for me to get out here and just kind of live life. So to me, that's kind of the reason I guess you see me the way I am is, to me, this is freedom. This is kind of reward for me. I guess this is my retirement.
You have a daughter. Is she like you?
I mean, she's got a little bit, but I mean, she's nothing. She doesn't have it nearly as much as me. If anything, she's more like her mother.
And you're just okay leaving her then?
yes, she is very much capable of dealing with everything on her own. She is strong, she's smart, she's intelligent. I honestly, if I'm being a little honest with myself, she's probably way better suited for that role than I ever was. But you know,
Don't you miss her at all?
yeah.
What's that, 60 plus years?
I mean, yeah, I do miss her. I every now and then I send her messages. On occasion, she does send me a message back, but it's harder for her to get away to do that. So, one of these days I'll set up a date where I can meet her somewhere, and she can tell me about her life, see what's been going on, what I've missed. But I mean, she's also she's gonna live for a long time too, so she's got a lot of life to live.
You're not going to be able to schedule that if you're dead.
Yeah, I mean, if I die, it'll have to be something real strong. But in Cephia, when you grow up there, it's just kind of the way it is. It's kill or be killed kind of thing. It's the same way out here. Nothing's changed for me. I mean, anything could kill me. I'm just not gonna just roll over and let it kill me. And if I gotta punch a god in the face, I'll punch a god right in the face.
Autumn, you have the opportunity to spend your retirement, as you called it, with family. You don't have to go out in a blaze of glory.
Again, I don't plan on dying. If I got to go against the odds, I'm gonna go against the odds. I don't plan on dying. I don't think this is gonna kill me. But if it does, it does.
And you have a much more optimistic perspective on our scenario than I do.
I know, and that's okay. Again, we're on two different sides of the coin, but don't mean that we're not trying to get to similar places. You got goals, and seems like these goals are kind of going through this. You save a god, whatever it is that you're searching for, if you save a god, I'm pretty sure they're going to give you what you want.
Is that why you're taking along then? There's something you want?
Yeah, sorta.
Mind disclosing?
Well, a while back I met Ruby, and Ruby came to me, opened up, and told me about their god and told me about the situation and said that they wanted to free their god. And I looked at them and said, okay, I'll help you. And I made a deal, and I plan on keeping that deal.
You're very strange, Artem.
Thank you.
Sorry, I just don't understand why you do what you do. Perhaps that's for the best.
I do it just because I want to. I go where the wind takes me, and this is where the wind's got me at the moment. There's a couple people here that have asked for assistance, and I plan on helping them. What happens after that? I don't know. We'll see. But for now, I got a clear set goal, and I plan on helping accomplish that till whatever ends happens. My goal, though, is to make sure none of us die. Make sure we're all good. We all make it to the end, and, I'll do my best to do that. That goes for you. I'll try my best to protect you. You just, like I told you when we were on the island, if you got my back, I got your back.
Can I ask a favor then?
Yeah, of course. Now, I will say, I've made a lot of deals with people, so I'm kind of stretch them, but I will try to help you, whatever it is that you're about to ask me to help you with.
Fair. Again, my outlook on things is not as optimistic as yours, and I think that it is very possible that I don't come out of this in one piece. If that happens, I need to know some things are handled after I'm done.
Yeah, whatever you need.
In my hometown of Hythe, my family home, there is 2 jade statues locked away. If I, for whatever reason, am dead or just unable to continue, I need you to destroy them.
I just give you a nod. Yeah, no worries. Maybe we can get an extra map. You can kind of give me a pinpoint so I can find it. But yeah, if that happens, it happens. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm really stubborn, and I'm not gonna let that happen to you. But if something does happen, yeah, I got you, and I'm gonna give you a little bit too. If I die, do not tell my daughter in Cephia. She will kill you.
Noted.
Okay, that's it.
And I'll kind of give a nod and probably should throw that thing off now. It's starting to smell.
Okay. I will assist on pushing it off.
There's between the three of you, because I'm assuming Isaac is not going to touch this thing more than more than he already has.
Help, but it's like he's like one
It,
hand.
it's like the
covering
finger.
his nose.
Yeah.
Well, just use your strong hand, and the weak hand can hold your nose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
It's like this.
It
Yeah.
switches depending on how bad the smell is. If it's a really bad smell, it's the weak hand with the strong hand over the nose. But for this, it's fine. The 4 of you are able to toss Spot back into the water,
Sploosh.
and she starts to just kind of.
I just give Spot a
away.
salute.
And Tarkin goes, I don't know if it's worth that, but good to know.
I mean, it's just a cycle of life.
And they just kind of look at you and nod and go. And Tarkin goes, yeah, you do see quite a bit of death when you're out here, so
Yeah.
you get used to it, and harpies are just they're there, so we'll see how it all works out. But
Oh, yeah, that does remind me real quick, Isaac, you might want to put on the map, kind of mark this location as much as you can for like harpies, since this is the second time we've seen them, so at least we know this is like the harpy area.
Yeah, I can do that. Let's. Yeah.
No, that's not how I wanted to do this.
Again, I think it would be best if we try not to involve ourselves with whatever the hell is going on here.
But think about it, we could have an army of harpies.
That actually doesn't sound like an awful idea.
Now, they'd probably, as soon as we freed them, they'd probably just rip us apart, so it's probably not the best idea. But it would be really cool if we did.
It would be. It'd be useful. Alright, I am exhausted. I am going back to bed. Have a good night.
Beautiful. The rest of your watch goes on fairly uneventful. seems to be as the morning starts to break, as the day starts to, as you start to see the sun come up. The rain has definitely lessened. There's no more lightning. There's no more just kind of tumultuous back and forth. But the rain is still definitely there, and everything. As the switch goes to change in the morning, you see that Tarkin goes to Damon and gives a full report. Damon doesn't necessarily seem phased, but he does seem to like take note of everything that Tarkin has said, and goes over to Artem and says, "Well, you made it through. How you feeling?"
I mean, good. Are you doing okay? You good? I mean, it's kind of like a new boat, new crew-ish, kind of. I mean, new things. Are you doing okay?
Honestly, this is feeling much better than the last time that we were out on the water. It's at least nice to know that we've made it further than where we were last time. We got stuck, so... But I guess now the question is... where do we want to go with this? But I mean, so far I'm enjoying myself. I haven't worked on a brand new boat almost ever. This is pretty incredible. And I shouldn't say this is brand new. Newly refurbished is a good way to put it. But yeah, feeling good. Your help is incredibly appreciated.
Yeah, it's no worries. It's just like just to remind me, have we told them exactly what we're doing?
Just going to Linwern. And that you guys were heading there and you needed someone to operate a boat.
So, have you ever been to Linwern before?
And Damon goes, "No, tend to try to stick closer to the waters of Idune. I mean, I have gone to Tyr before, but usually through the southern routes. I haven't really gone too much up north, especially with the current blockades that they've got going on over there. Kind of made most of my travel going from Tross to Grandiger and back and forth."
Yeah. Listen, we're going there, and obviously it's Linwern. It can be dangerous, and when we get off the boat, I just need you to know that we might be. If you see us running back to the boat, we need to make sure the boat's ready to haul out as fast as unhumanly possible.
We will not ever not be ready to go. How about that?
That is going to be our best bet, because this could be pretty dangerous, but hey, big payout. So if we can get this, hopefully we all get paid really well.
How much do you need me to lie? Because honestly, I'm doing this mostly as a favor to Ball. Also, we all needed work to do.
You don't need to lie too much. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, that's Ruby's can really talk around people, really confuse them in a good way.
And he goes, "Okay. The reason I ask is because my name is on the paperwork for this ship. In order to dock properly at any other port, my name would be on it because I am captain. But if we need Ruby to be captain, Ruby needs to be Damon."
Okay, I will let Ruby know in that situation that for now they will, when we get there, they're Damon.
My God, my name's Damon.
Which does make you Ruby, so remember that you gotta be Ruby.
Yeah.
And I just start chuckling, just laughing.
And he just kind of laughs and he goes, man, I don't think I have the right hat for it, but maybe we'll figure out.
Yeah.
I want to imagine that's just Ruby's thing now. Is just he gets new hats everywhere he goes. It's
Yeah.
a collection.
Yeah, instead of like little tchotchkes of like keychains or like Christmas mugs or whatever, like Ruby just starts collecting hats.
The captain name is literally just going to be the Mad Hatter.
Oh, so good.
I mean, technically, he's more of a Cheshire cat.
Yeah.
True.
The
If you
combination.
guys fall down a hole somewhere, it has nothing to do with Ruby at all.
Yeah. Well, if the sun's coming out, that means it's time for me to go to bed. Is there anything else that you need?
Nope, just probably to talk to your wizard friend and confer with our navigator to see just how you guys want to do this.
Yep. Fortunately, he might be in a little bit of a mood since I did have to wake him up early, so I do apologize for that. And also, real quick, out of character, for the alarm on here, do we have like a bell, like something to like signal in case something happens?
Yeah, there is a bell on the ship to like rally the crew and that sort of thing, amongst shouting and that sort of thing.
Yeah. I figured that was on there, but I just wanted to make sure that it was
big
set.
old bell. And actually, like when you change watch, the bell is rung. Like that helps to signal like the passing of time and that sort of thing. But for like just the bell to be rung just rapidly usually means, hey, all hands on deck, something is happening.
Okay. Okay. Just give him a little nod, and then I'm gonna just switch over, and I'm gonna go to bed. But before I go to bed, real quick, I want to go check on our child.
Little thing.
Whoa! That sounds way worse.
Sorry, your adoptee.
Yeah, my adopted child. I will check on them.
And I
Boy
totally
needs a
said
name like homeboy.
Yeah.
Like
I totally said her name wrong earlier, by the way, during recap, but that's fine. Maris is in the kitchen, and she's working on stuff. You go to like check on her, and she just and like to ask for the boy, and you point over, and he is like almost like just complete ball tucked in the corner, and it's just out.
Oh, I will give her a nod and be like, real quick, I just need to talk to our guest.
She goes, be my guest. It's kind of hard to talk to him.
Yeah, no worries. I'll go over and kind of wake up the child.
Yeah, he like sits up, and as he's like rubbing his eyes, while he is sleeping, he is in that white form, and then as he wakes up, you start to see it looks like he is just like phasing like through like a couple of different people, like, and then he kind of like finally settles on the kid as he like sits up and like wakes up and is just like and looks up at you and goes and just begins to sign at you.
Hey, listen, we need to have like a name for you. You didn't have a name, right? Because I'm pretty sure I asked, right? He didn't have a name.
I don't believe that you asked her for a name.
Okay, well then I will ask, do you have a name that I can call you?
You see him kind of like sit back for a second, and you see him make a hand motion like that.
Hold on, I don't have anything. Can you show me one more time? Wave.
And he kind of like stares and like points to himself, and then he goes, and then he points at you, and then signs, and then like you, me.
Like I need to give him a name?
Like a couple times. And he starts to nod and sign yes.
Oh, well then we got to give you something like a cool name, something that, is going to fit you. I have to think about it. You got to have a name that, carries some gravitas to it, some weight to it.
Kid like muscles in front of you.
Yeah, there we go, like that. Okay, also, here's the deal. When it is nighttime, I go upstairs to make sure that nothing happens to the boat. So when it's nighttime, you can go sleep in my room. You can sleep in the bed, whatever, it's fine. Like, I'm not using it, so you don't have to ball up in a corner and sleep over here. If you want to go sleep in my room, that's fine, and I can show you where that's at, and then during the daytime, that's where I'll sleep, and you can come here to the kitchen and help here.
And you hear Morris just go really quickly, "That's a wonderful idea. I think that's we can make that work."
Yeah. That way, it feels bad. I mean, you were in a barrel before this. We need to get you an actual place to sleep.
He just kind of nods at you and smiles and signs that to you.
Okay, well, also, you're going to make me have to get a book of signing. So I can actually... talk to you. Okay. Well, I'll leave you here. I'm going to go to sleep, but when it's time for me to take over watch, I'll show you where I usually sleep, and that way you can have an actual bed to lay in. Again, I go up to you said it's Morris, right?
Morris. Mm-hmm.
Morris. Okay. I go up to Morris, and I just kind of stand next to her and just go, "Hey, in all honesty, like, seriously, thank you. I know this was not what you signed up for, and it's probably way more than you were expecting. And trust me, I wasn't expecting this either, but I don't want to throw a kid overboard. So thank you very much for doing what you're doing."
And she just kind of smiles and goes, "Yeah, no problem. My pleasure."
But in all seriousness, though, if you do get overwhelmed with this, seriously, just let us know, and we can maybe have a rotation of sort, so that way you're not always feeling like it's your responsibility.
I mean, where else does he have to go, really? Like, this is probably the safest place on the boat. I mean, I don't mind. It's just...
Yeah, I mean, it's safe, but I mean, probably wants to go top deck, right? Like, see the actual water, see the, get the wind in the face, all the joy of that, just,
Okay, yeah, we'll make it work. We'll see. We'll just make sure that someone has an eye on him.
I go to give her like a pat on the back to say thank you, but then I'm like, I don't know you well enough to do that, so I just give her a nod.
And she sees like the hand go, and like you see her, like herself, her own body language kind of like steps back.
Yeah. Sorry about that. It's a habit. My bad. I apologize. And then I just give a nod and I walk out.
And she like, as you're walking out, she goes, "It's okay. That's what it's just not the most fun for you to touch me. I can't tell you whether or not your head would come across unscathed. Anywho, I'm gonna get breakfast and just like continues to.
I laugh and go, well, when you say it like that, it almost makes it like a game. I kind of want to find out if my hand's gonna come unscathed and start laughing.
And like completely dead serious. Like Maris was very like kind of shy and like the second that you say that, she goes, "You try, we will have words."
Okay, fair enough.
Goes back to like getting stuff ready.
It's like just one finger just.
You take 56 points of fire damage.
Heck yeah. Worth it.
Dead.
Our monk is dead due to our cook. Our cook.
Yeah.
Hey, I get my backup character though.
Yeah. She casts fireball.
And the whole ship dies.
Yeah. Especially after the amount of just tumultuous weather you had overnight, it seems like you guys have kind of not necessarily stalled, but you haven't made a ton more progress, and you are at what you would assume to be a similar place that you branched off last time, of going either make this just stupid colors this way, to follow that current, and then you could kind of hop, skip, and move down the islands, or you could go straight with the main current to the blockade. Damon is going to ask if you guys have a preference as far as travel goes.
At this point, like Arista would be on top deck. It's like,
Right.
I will go with whatever you think is best. I don't know ships. Top deck enough to say this. She's going to not say the only ships she knows are sunken, so she stops herself from saying that.
What were the options again? Sorry. Like above table.
Yeah, so you could go straight east, like what you guys did when you were trying to chase the Turtle Island, or you could follow the main channel, and that would take you towards the blockades immediately.
I'm guessing towards the blockades is quicker, correct?
Yeah.
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 Ruby's looking
I vote
at
that
this
then.
thing down here, like, we need to go there at some point, but he feels like he can't derail this because people's lives are at stake.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. So option B then.
Genuinely, Ruby would be more of a fan of taking the route directly east to avoid the blockade.
Arista's probably going to go for blockade because she thinks it'll probably be easier.
Yeah.
Not the straight. Because
Sorry, Arista, go ahead.
yeah, mostly because if you tack something too head on it, kills.
You are likely going to hit a blockade at some point, but you may be able to like island hop your way down, or like shore hop your way down, and maybe avoid some potential weather by getting to land faster. But like you guys following that main channel, like that's going to give you the chance to be able to travel at least to Lindward quicker. Via Bowditch's maps, like he does have all of these blockades listed out, so there's not a way for you to get to Lindward without crossing one at some point if you were traveling strictly by water.
Well, the way that I see it, we planned that scenario comes where we do run into a blockade, we hopefully have a little bit of say in getting past it. I think it's a little bit more suspicious if we're trying to avoid it, I suppose. So my vote is to head straight towards the blockade.
Very well. If that's what you decide.
See, with that, you guys are going to keep course on this lovely yellow path. The days before you, the weather is gross. Arista, would you like to do your performance check?
Yes, I would. Let's see. Come on. Beep, beep, beep.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
The day is no longer gross. The clouds literally part in front of you as the song starts to fill the ship. Is this a new song for you, or is this one that you've sung before?
This is a new song. This is possibly a song that she heard on one of the that she heard snippets of, and she just did boop, like she heard snippets of it together. It's the
Just kind of
song
like-
itself. Yeah, and she's like, and she does sing a little ditty. It's a song about a woman falling in love with the air, and she turned into a bird, which makes no sense, but it's a nice song.
And for probably the first time in several days, especially for you, Ball, like the weather is beautiful and the sea is calm and everything feels just like you can feel the winds pick up and they actually fill the sails, and you guys are like starting to make some really good headway here. As the boat, you actually gain a day with the amount of travel that you guys are able to do. You guys are able to make it pretty much through the Dufa archipelago upon that amount of travel. You guys are able to get some good speed this day.
Arista will also say along the lines is, if anybody has a song they would like me to sing, please tell me. If I know it, I will sing it. If not, just tell me how it goes and I will repeat it.
The only songs I know are ones from my home, and I'd rather not be reminded of them.
I cannot sing the other ones because that requires water, and I'm not sure how well it is to put a bucket on my head and sing it, because I don't think it would travel.
The echo would be nice though.
I suppose it would.
Bring Arista putting a
I think you
bucket on
keep
her
water
head.
but how would you keep the water
It would
inside?
be-
Well,
the
that's
bucket?
what like
Yeah,
the
that's
bucket
what-
goes on the head and it just soaks Arista top to bottom. Because I mean, you could control water now, so I guess like if you want
Yeah.
to use a spell specifically,
Yeah,
for
but no one would hear the song because it's trapped inside the bucket and water. That's the thing.
and all of you just hear.
Exactly, that's all we hear.
It sounds a little bit Chewbacca-y inside of the bucket.
Really
Exactly.
just clapping. Just
Yeah.
He just wants something to distract him, and this is it.
Ruby, speaking of which, there is probably a time, especially because the sea is so nice right now, and you're probably like taking a second to zone out on the side of the
doing
deck.
that a lot for the last little bit.
Your eye just starts to blink rapidly
What?
as you're looking out onto the ocean.
Ruby's gonna start panicking and just kind of ask out loud, Lady Verona, is that you?
And as before, you see amongst the waves, a face emerge amongst the white of the waves that are hitting off of the boat. It feels like radio static, and it looks like you have a very, very rough signal here. And she goes, "Oh, Ruby, my darling, what? Please, you're safe."
Yes, I'm safe. What about you?
Yes, quite like, and like there's very much so a question mark there, and she goes, I tried to watch, I tried to check in, and it's so good to see you back out on the water. It's beautiful where you're at.
It's good to be back, but I have to ask, what's going on? Can you tell me anything else? We thought we were just about to get more information from someone we had captured, but just before I could get the question out, you made a rash choice, and we lost them.
And she goes, I can't say names, but I promise, if you find me, I will help. But please, just stay safe. The seas are so terrible right now.
Lady Huron, I've been keeping a lot to myself. You saved me when I had nothing to live for. If I don't do something, I'm never going to be able to live with myself. I know you want me to be safe, but I have to put myself in danger for you. And I'm willing to do that.
Yes, but please don't. If you die and like it starts to get like really like she's not. You're probably starting to hear like every other word, and
No, not again.
He's king, and like it falters off, and the bubbles just dissipate as they splash against the side of the ship.
Every time. King. Okay, if those freaks refer to her as the queen, then this king must be someone who's trying to keep her occupied, marry her, something. Okay. There's something to go off of. I'm still... What do I need to sacrifice? What do I need to do? I'm still as lost as I was before. I need to just go on with my day.
Anything else that anyone would like to do with this day?
Keep
Arista.
trucked away my spells.
Okay, what spells are you doing next?
I could do 8 hours to do detect thoughts and then flaming sphere.
Perfect.
Arista is going to. Arista is doing more, learning more from Book of Draconic Verdict.
Okay.
Ruri's just going to be in the worst mood the entire rest of the day.
Anything for you, Ball?
Just hanging out in the mess hall, keeping an eye on the kid.
When you first go down to be with Maris, there is active, like you can see that she is relieved for you to be there, and just starts to, like, she kind of pulls you aside really, or like she comes to bring you a little bit of food, like just something to snack on because you're in the mess hall and she's in the kitchen, and she goes, I get that we can't really do anything with him, but just keep an eye. There's something weird about this kid. I don't like it, Ball.
What's been going on?
He feels sad, if that makes sense.
In what way?
And she
Hey,
goes,
can you close this door?
and she goes, here, let me show you. And she kind of does a little whistle, and she goes, boy, come here. And as this kid like runs over to you, like he looks totally normal. Doesn't look particularly like he looks totally fine. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me. Okay. And then can I get a wisdom saving throw from you?
Ooh.
Okay.
Yes.
You can see this kid, and like the more you kind of look at him, he looks like a normal kid, and then all of a sudden like you see his eyes like will flash white for just like a split second, and then it feels like you are just covered, like you are sinking into mud for like 2 seconds, and just like it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, and then it's gone, and this lovely little kid is in front of you. And she goes, he feels like it doesn't happen all the time. It just, there's something about him that just doesn't feel normal.
Would I have been able to tell that feeling came from him?
With the perception that you did, like, it coincided very, very quickly after the eyes flashed white. But it was also very fast. Like, it was like, it honestly, it probably felt like someone turned on gravity really hard for a second and then flipped it off. Like, light switch kind of, tung tung.
Alright. I'll keep an eye on him, and I'll talk with Arden and see if there may be something else that we can do to alleviate you of this responsibility and find a more permanent solution for the boy.
And she goes, I mean, he offered his bed at night, which I feel a lot better about, because I try to stay close just so that way no one steals food at night. But when he's that... I had some really bad nightmares last night, Paul. I don't mind. I really don't. I don't want to cause a fuss, but this just feels weird.
Were the nightmares relating to something you've seen before, or what were they about?
And she kind of like gets really quiet, and she goes, let's just say I had a time on a boat that was not the most fun. Water and I aren't necessarily friends. And she kind of like tucks in, like she like has her hood down at this point, and she like pulls it up and like kind of ducks into it a little bit. And with an 18 perception, like you see like amongst the flex and fire across like her across her body, like you see what looks like, you had assumed them to be freckles, like darker pieces of her across her face, but like over her ear and her hairline, this honestly looks like someone maybe had splashed her at some point. And the droplets had like flecked across her face. And she goes, I don't like to think about it, and that's why I'm here, honestly. They told me to get back out there and try to be on the ocean again, but I can't do that if I'm reliving that every day, Ball. I can't.
I'll make sure he's not here at night, at the very least. Give me
Thank you.
a little more time, and we'll come up with something permanent.
Thank you, Ball. It's good to know that we have that. I say we. It's good to know that I have a friend amongst this new crew that you found. So, thank you.
Of course. If there's anything you need, just let me know. I'll do what I can for you.
Of course. And she reaches down and she kind of cups around the kid, but not actively touching him. And she goes, okay, come on, we've got lunch to get ready. And he runs back to the kitchen and actively starts, she pulls out some things, and he actively starts just tearing up some bread and putting it into a bowl for Maris, and she starts working on the next meal of the day.
Alright. Yeah, I'll just hang out the rest of the day and kind of watching, see if
Okay.
anything insane.
He does great. He listens to Maris. He's very, very helpful. And then every once in a while, you just see, Maris well enough that you just see her just, and then picks up again and moves about her day. But it's every once in a while there's just that weird flash of weight, and then she goes about.
When that happens, is the boy doing anything specific?
Doing what he's normally doing, and then he'll look up at her to listen to her or to make eye contact with her. Doesn't seem to be necessarily targeted, except for the fact that there is that eye contact there.
So, I'll just watch, and later on when we're making the shift change or what have you, I'll pull Artem to the side and talk to him about everything as well.
Yeah, and towards at the shift change, you actually see that Artem is making his way to the galley, and you're able to snack him very easily because of that.
So I'll stop and kind of relay what all has happened, the conversation of Morris and I. And is there anything that we may be able to do as far as this kid is concerned to try and relieve Morris at least a little bit?
Yeah, I brought it up. I was thinking about getting some of the other crew, maybe getting Ruby or something to show him some task around the ship, some things they could do top deck, just to get him out and about a little bit. But there's just something going on with him, and I can't really put my finger on it. But I don't know. Just there's just more questions that I just can't get answers from him. I just don't know sign language, and but I don't know. I'm trying to look into it as much as I can whenever we get in Linward. I doubt I'll be able to find books, but I'm going to try to see if I can find a book for sign language, so maybe I can help everybody out a little bit more, since it's kind of, I was the one that said we should try to probably keep them on the ship, so it's kind of more my responsibility. But I definitely don't want them to just sit in the galley. I don't know if it's something to do with the fact that he's water and she's fire. I mean, she's doing great, but you can definitely tell sometimes she's uncomfortable, but it could be other things, but I don't know.
Maybe we set up a schedule, something akin to when Maris actually needs the help, have the boy there. Other times have him maybe training with some of the other people on the ship, report back to her when she needs the help. Something similar to that.
Yeah, I think that's a great call. How long have you known her?
Not too incredibly long. She was the cook on the last ship that I was on. That's where I originally met her. Her and I just seemed to get along a little better than she did with a couple of the others.
I mean, I get it. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just got that connection with somebody, but definitely, you know, I've always wondered when I met her and saw her on the ship. It's just, especially someone as fiery as her being out on the water is kind of strange, right? Like, she don't do well with water, and she's surrounded by it. That's a little terrifying.
Or brave, depending on how you look at it.
I mean, to be brave, you got to feel terrified and overcome that terrified, or you're not really brave.
I'd say she's doing a pretty damn good job of that.
I mean, I agree with you. It's just, I don't know, just kind of strange. I don't know. But I don't want to pry into her life.
Neither do I. She offers the information fine, but I'm just trying to make sure everyone here is in the top shape. If she's got issues, I'd like to help.
Yeah, I mean, if she needs help, I don't mind helping. I mean, she's helping me out a ton right now. So, yeah, I was gonna go get the boy and show him my room. Since I'm not there during the night, it makes more sense that he can sleep there. Is there anything else you need? You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Just waiting until we get to land.
Hey, since I got a second with you, these black talons, what they do to you?
It's not necessarily what they've done to me. It's what they did to one of the villages. Well, one of the local townsfolk and his family. Let's say we have a little history. And I took it relatively personally.
I just need to know, if we see them, is it on site?
We'll play it smart, but know that they'll get no mercy from me.
Hey, that's all I need to know. I just need to make sure. I mean, if I saw black talons and you said that it was on site, I'm willing to go right with you, okay? So, if you want to play it smart, we can play it smart. Not as fun, but we can do it.
We'll play it by ear. Depending on the situation, that plan may change.
Hey, I'll follow your lead. If I see you go in, no, I'll be right behind you, okay?
Certainly hope you can keep up.
Whoa! I might be old, but I'm pretty fast.
Only one way to find out.
Depends if you start cheating and start using all that teleporting stuff again. I just laugh as I walk into the galley.
You're able to collect the boy from Maris. And you probably didn't notice it entirely before, but like the amount of relief on her face is very apparent as you were doing this. And she goes and she kind of waves to him and says, "Okay, I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Or maybe depending on if you're running about on the boat, but if you need a place to go, just come here, okay?" And he just kind of nods and signs thank you at her.
So I'm gonna go up to him and kind of kneel down. Actually, I'm just gonna plop down and cross my legs and sit in front of him. And so last night before I went to bed, I was going through all the words I could possibly mustered. What do you think about the term, the name Dre? In Elvish, it means silence, like quiet.
You see a big smile come across his face. And I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Four.
Okay.
Of course.
He smiles and like you see for a second like the white of his eyes just like flash. It's like a blink. And you feel this heaviness build through you. And the last time that you probably felt that heaviness was remembering what it was like to have dirt shoveled across your body. And then it's gone. And Dre stands before you just completely fine. And he smiles and he just nods and as you say, Dre. And
then I will actually spell it out for him and write it down. Yeah. And it's DREI, Dre.
Okay. And he finger spells it DREI
and
like, practices for a second.
I know it's hard for you to answer questions and but with your lineage, do you feel like connected to the waters around us?
He kind of tilts his head and he goes, and he just kind of shrugs.
I mean, I just was wondering if maybe like if you felt any different since the storms have been picking up around. Has it made you feel any different?
He kind of looks like he looks really pensive for a second and then like just shakes his head no.
Okay. I mean,
and then he points to you. And he points to you and then just nods yes.
You feel different around me?
And he nods yes. And he smiles and
like good or bad?
Like this looks like a kid who like is excited to see like their person. Like
okay. I was making sure it's like crap, I'm making this kid feel comfortable. Okay. My bad.
Like
okay.
And he like smiles and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just nod and be like, well, if you need something, let me know. I will try my best to help you out, obviously. But I do need you, before I go, I need you to meet one of my other friends, and I think you'll really like them. They're a ball of energy, and they're a whole lot of fun to be around, and I will take them up top deck and try to find Ruby.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
We need more chaos in this child.
Yeah.
You're gonna get that.
And Ruby, as you are introduced to Dre,
Hello.
Same.
Just so we're clear, as we walk up top deck, I throw him. I try to see if I can put him on my shoulders and carry him off like that.
Similar to what happened with Arista, actually. Like you go to like grab him, and he like just kind of like very actively is like, "Do not touch me! Like, no. Don't pick me up."
I do wonder, real quick. I would just be like, I like hold a finger out and be like, "Do you just not like to be touched, or does it people get hurt if they touch you?"
He like holds up his finger, and like his finger goes like tunk, like against your palm, and nothing seems to.
So you just don't want to be touched. That's fine. I just want to make sure, because I mean, if it was more you're scared to hurt me, I'm okay. I'm real strong, and then I show my weak muscles, my little arm, just
and just kind of like you could. What sounds like a laugh comes out of this kid, but it is like,
Yeah.
and the first time, especially where you're like close down to him, so you do not see a tongue within this kid's mouth.
It just doesn't like a tongue exist, or
It is an empty mouth before you.
okay. Well, anyway, I need to show you Ruby, and Ruby is great, and I will run up to Ruby and be like, "Hey, are you super busy right now?"
Yeah, not particularly. Or what is it?
Wait a second. Now that I got you here, look at the child. Have you ever heard of Lady Herona?
He looks at you and just shrugs and looks so confused.
Okay.
Maybe we'll kind of chuckle and be like, thanks for asking, and we'll approach the child.
Yeah.
Hello? Then this is where you're gonna ask me for the save?
He waves to you, and you see him go, "Hi," and then he finger spells DREI, and then he takes the letter D and he salutes.
Oh.
And so,
Yeah.
and then he points to you, and goes,
Oh. How do I do this? Ruby is going to use Minor Illusion to spell out his name.
"Okay," like
In
just
the air.
a beautiful like quill in the air, and
Yeah.
and
It's like really neat, or oddly neat for someone who supposedly hasn't been like fully educated.
right. it's that educated
It's
handwriting.
100% done. It's done in
Educated.
magical. It's magical cursive as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, magical cursive, wonderful.
And Dre looks to you and smiles and like applauds at that. Now I would love you to do a wisdom save for me, please.
All right.
Ooh.
What time is this happening, by the way?
This is like late in the day as Artem's about to go up to watch.
Okay.
Ruby, this kid is applauding and having the time of his life. Just, you feel great. Someone is giving you attention.
Excellent. Ruby is then just going to kind of continue to talk about him, just out loud, so the name is Trey. Okay, as you saw, my name is Ruby. That is what those words mean. That is how they spelt.
And Dre seems to be hanging on every word as you start to go, as the night shift starts to switch for the day shift starts to switch for the night shift. The bell of the watch change rings throughout the ship, and that is where we're going to pick up next week.
Woo!
Sweet.
Good job.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
Well-
is this kid?
The kid is precious.
He's adorable, is what he is.
Yes. True.
Far too trusting.
I'm very concerned what the wisdom save means.
We will
Meanwhile,
probably
Marissa,
find out at
this
some
one's
point.
the hostess child.
But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. We have a auditors game on Monday, if any of you would like to watch for that. Otherwise, we'll pick this back up next week, same time. But hope you all have a wonderful day. Anyone on YouTube, feel free to like and subscribe. But we'll see you all next week. Have a wonderful night.